What it is, guys, my name is Swifterrs, and today I have for you all the extremely long-awaited Shadows of Evil complete Easter egg tutorial. Now guys, this is not too difficult of an Easter egg. In all honesty, there's just a lot of things that you guys need to do prior to actually completing some of the Easter egg steps, like unlocking Pack-a-Punch and acquiring the swords. But overall, as I said, this task is not too difficult. First thing to keep in mind, I believe that you guys do need 4 people in order to complete this Easter egg. As of now, I'm not entirely sure if you guys can do this with 2 players, but you definitely cannot do this solo. So first things first, you guys will need to go about completing all of the 4 different rituals in each specific location. You have Nero's Magic Room, you have the Ruby Rabbit, you guys also need to do it inside of the Anvil Boxing Club, and finally you guys do need to complete that ritual inside of the Burlesque. Keep in mind, as soon as you guys complete the rituals, you guys do need to acquire the gate worms that spawn at the ritual table. Now, if you guys would like more of an in-depth tutorial showing you guys how to go about completing all of these rituals, I will have a link down in the description below taking you guys to a video that I posted that definitely give you guys a ton more insight into completing this. But once you guys have completed all of the rituals, make your way down into the rift area and complete the 5th and final ritual in order to unlock Pack-a-Punch. Make sure that you guys place all of your gate worms at the specific altars, and as you guys can see, you will finally be able to unlock Pack-a-Punch. And moving on to the next step, this step is acquiring the swords. Now what you guys need to do is ride the tram and look outside of the windows, and as you guys can see, as you pass a window, you'll see a red light illuminating from one of the windows, and there's going to be some sort of symbol in the window. Make sure that you guys remember the symbol or write it down on a piece of paper. Now as you guys can see, as we continue onward on the tram, there's actually going to be another symbol found within the window right here, so make sure that you guys remember all of these symbols. It's easy to do this if you guys write them down on a piece of paper as you guys pass them. Keep in mind, there are a total of 3 symbols found throughout the maps. They change every single game. As you guys just saw, we saw another symbol in that window. As I said, they do change every single game, so make sure that you guys write them down as you pass them. And once you guys have those symbols, come down to the rift area, have one of your friends go into the beast mode, and you guys are actually going to see all of these symbols on this wall. He's going to shock all of the symbols that you guys saw as you were riding the tram, and as you guys can see, it's going to unlock this area where you guys can go about acquiring the egg, and now it is time to get the sword. Now it's time to power up the Apothecron egg, so simply make your way around to the 4 different Cthulhu statues around the map. Now you need to place your egg in each of these statues and get kills next to them. So as you guys can see, as you kill the zombies, it powers up the egg, and there are a total of 4 Cthulhu statues around the map, and you guys need to go about placing your eggs in each of them and powering them up. Now there are no specific order that you guys need to do this, but as you guys can see, there's one located right next to the swords, and I recommend doing this last because as you guys can see, once you finish that 4th and final egg, take your egg back over to the altar, place it, and as you guys can see, you can now grab the Apothecron sword. Now it's time to go about upgrading the swords, so from here, someone needs to go into Nero's Magic Room and interact with the bookshelf, and they'll actually see a spellbook begin to float up from the ground, and once that's taken care of, everyone needs to go to their respective locations on the map, and as you guys can see, there's actually going to be a ghost standing on the ritual table. You're going to need to go up to that ghost and grab the egg from the ghost. Now keep in mind, everyone needs to go to a specific location. The boxer needs to go to the waterfront district, the femme fatale needs to go to the Footlight District, the Cop, the Canal District, and Nero simply needs to go to Easy Street where his magic room is located. Now from here, every character needs to complete 4 different blood rituals in the game. I believe that you guys can do 4 a round, and every round you guys need to kill and survive another round. Now I recommend doing this by the end of the rounds, but as you guys can see, as soon as you go about placing your Apothecron egg inside of that blood ritual area, Margwa will begin to spawn. Now keep in mind, this may be a tedious process just because it may take a pretty long time to do, but after everyone has completed 4 different blood rituals around the map, now you guys can head back to your respective locations, place your sword in the ghost's hands, and that ghost is going to give you the upgraded sword. Now it's time to go to Nero's magic room, so disregard the previous step that I said that you needed to do so, but as you guys can see, once you're here, interact with this book. It's going to float up from the ground, and all of these ghosts will begin to spawn, and from here, you're actually going to see a flag inside of the ritual area. This part is probably the most difficult or the most tedious, and in all honesty, it's not that difficult to do, but what you guys need to do is place this flag in specific locations around each individual district, specific to each character. So you guys need to do this a total of 4 different times, and you're actually going to be placing the flag in a total of 12 different locations, and this is the unlimited meatball round. So all of these meatballs are going to try to take this flag out. Not only that, the Shadow Man is actually going to spawn, so one person needs to continuously shoot the Shadow Man as the Shadow Man tries to take this flag. But as I said, it's a little bit of a difficult process, but overall it's very, very doable. We were able to do this in the first try. Now once you guys have completed all of the different flag rituals, everyone needs to head down into the Pack-a-Punch area, and as you guys can see, located near the gateworms, we're actually going to have these gatekeepers standing here. So what everyone needs to do is grab their upgraded sword and actually give it to the gatekeepers. You guys can do this by heading over to them and interacting with them by hitting square if you guys are on the PlayStation, or X if you guys are on the Xbox. And as you guys can see, once you guys have all placed your swords in the gatekeepers' hands, the Shadow Man is actually going to appear in the center, and all of the gatekeepers are going to shoot their energy to the Shadow Man's shield, and one person is actually going to need to kill the Shadow Man by shooting him, and he's actually going to appear in different locations around the Pack-a-Punch room. So make sure someone is continuously killing the Shadow Man, but not only that, as all of this is occurring, someone needs to continuously be interacting with the ritual table in order to summon the ritual over and over again, and eventually you guys will ultimately kill the Shadow Man. So once you guys have killed the Shadow Man, essentially what has happened is all hell has broken loose, and now it is the unlimited Margwa spawn round, so no more zombies. All that's going to spawn is some Margwas, so be very careful not to die by them, but overall they are relatively easy to kill. But as you guys can see on the ground, scattered throughout the entire map, we have these purple beast marks. Make sure to not step inside of these beast marks, because if you guys do, you will begin to take damage, and you guys need to find yourself a cleansing area. The cleansing areas are relatively easy to find. They're just some white glowing lights, but make sure to stay away from these areas. Now what it's time to do is complete the final step of the Easter egg. So what everyone needs to do is go into beast mode. Actually, only 3 people need to go into beast mode, and they all need to make their way over to different tram areas around the map. So one person needs to be in the waterfront tram, another person needs to be in the canal district tram, and the third and final person needs to be inside of the footlight district tram, whereas the 4th person needs to be inside of the junction area. And what everyone needs to do is shock this little box that can be found near the roof of the tram central, and as you guys can see, it's actually going to light up the train track. Keep in mind, everyone needs to do this simultaneously, and once everyone does that, the 4th person needs to activate this beam of light that's going to go up to the giant Cthulhu monster. And I will allow you guys to watch the final cutscene of the Shadows of Evil Easter egg, but I hope you guys did go on to enjoy today's video, and if you did, please be sure to leave a like down below and also subscribe so you never miss a future Shadows of Evil or Black Ops 3 Zombies video uploaded here on my channel. And I will be sure to catch you guys in the next video, and until next time guys, this has been Swifterrs. I'm out. Peace.
I'm so sorry. I really don't have time to explain. I have a universe to set right. Thank you and goodbye.